Hi, welcome to Body of Wisdom Yoga. My name is Sue Polikoff, and today in our chair yoga practice, we will waken our bodies, no matter what time of the day it is. So come join me on the chair. For our practice today, I recommend 1 or 2 blocks. If we have 1 block, we could just shift it from side to side, that's okay. And also a yoga strap. Or if you don't have a yoga strap, this is just a fabric band. You could use a belt, you could use a robe, or just use your hands when we use the strap. So we will begin by sitting up away from the back of our chair. If the bottom of the chair is uncomfortable for your hips, you could always use a towel or a blanket on the seat of your chair. We'll begin with our feet wide, up away from the back of the chair. Take a breath in. Open your mouth, breath out. Let's take another cleansing breath. Breath in. Take more air in and really let it out. Notice how that relaxes your shoulders. Take a few little shoulder circles. And then let's start just from movement. Start moving your body. Our feet are hip distance apart, starting just to open up our hips a little bit. I like to begin with movement. I feel like it just starts to loosen up tightness in our lower back. It starts to begin to allow us to slow down our breath with our movement. Start to feel this breath and body connection. And then we'll take that on the other direction. Circle the other way. And again, take what works for you. If you like to have small little circles, or if you like to make it a little bigger, you certainly can. Keeping our chest lifted, a little up dog in our chest. One more time around. And let's rise up. Take your arms by your side. See if you can just pulse your knuckles back. Start to feel a stretch in your chest muscles as we pull back. Start to take your arms a little bit higher up to shoulder height. Hold back, pull your belly towards your spine. And then let's crisscross our arms in front. Find that like sway with your wrist. So we're crisscrossing and opening. Crisscross and opening. Breath in, breath out. Take this a few more times. Also feel what that's doing to your shoulders. One more time each direction. In and out. And let's bring our hands to our thighs, fingertips in towards our thighs, a very gentle twist. Right shoulder over towards the left. See if you can start just to lift your chin up towards your shoulder. And we'll come back to center and we'll take that the other way. We'll come back to center, look forward, maybe hinge a little bit further in front, and then let's rise up. Open your arms, hips lift, heart lifts up. Hold here, round your back, hands come forward. This is just a variation on cat-cow. Open up, take your arms nice and big, heart opens up. We'll take 2 more, hinge forward. Strengthening our back as we hinge forward, open up. One more time, hinge forward, look towards the ground. One more time, heart opens up. And then come to center. Keep your arms, goalpost arms, and just bring your hands in and out. Open and close. Next time your hands come into center, hold them here and then bring them back to your thumbs coming towards your heart center. And just land here in our breath. If you like to close your eyes or lower your eye gaze, breathe here. And then just make a few little minor adjustments to your body if it's possible. Allow your body, your lower body, to sink into the chair. As you exhale, feel a little bit more heavier in your sits bones to your connection. Inhale as we lengthen our spine. Exhale, sink down. Nice. Tuck your tailbone under, taking that sway out of your lower back. Breathing in and out. Open your eyes if they were closed. Flip your hands around, round your back. Round your back, that your back is reaching towards the back of the chair. And then with a little bit of a bent elbow, lift your arms up, look up towards the ceiling. Open your arms nice and wide. Spread your fingers wide. Arms come down towards your side. Find a drop in your shoulders. Lengthen your arms. Maybe fingertips are reaching the block. We'll lift our arms up. Thumbs reach up. Take your arms out to the side. Gaze lifts up. Heart reaches up. We'll keep our arms lengthened. We'll bring them back to shoulder height. We'll flatten our palms. Look to the right. Take your gaze over your right finger. You can always keep bent elbows. Warrior two arms. Take your gaze back to center. Maybe a big smile. And then gaze over towards your left fingers. Turning your head. Feeling that stretch through our neck. Come back to center as we inhale to the right. Exhale, come back to center. Inhale to the left. And back to center. We're strengthening our arms as we take that inhale one more time to the right. Come back to center. One more time to the left. And then let's lower our arms down. Bring your arms up to center. Flip your palms so your fingertips come to your shoulders. Take a few big shoulder circles, backward circles to keep our chest open. One more time around, awakening your whole body, and then bring your arms to center. Little taps of your fingers, feel your shoulders pull away from each other. Then we're gonna make a big X. One arm opens up, it doesn't really matter which arm. And then come back to center and take that to the other side. So that's the X shape. Come back to center, opening, energizing. And one more time to the other side. And then let's pause again with our hands to heart center. Maybe take a few shoulder rolls again. And then just be back to stillness in our breath. Pause. There's such magic in pausing in between our movements to allow the reset of our minds. And notice what happens. Can you allow your body to take that pause? That sometimes isn't that easy. One more breath in, hearing your breath as we pause. Exhale, open your eyes, toe heel your feet back to touch, pedal at your heels. Take your feet slightly forward so your ankles are slightly above your knees. As we inhale, circle your arms up. Hands come through heart center. Hands can come onto your thighs or walk your hands below your knees for forward fold. Keeping your gaze right at your toes. Softening your shoulders. Forward folds. Allow your breath to awaken up and down your spine. As we take 2 sun salutations to fully awake our body, our hands are pushing a little deeper into our shins to lift your heart up for halfway lift. Keep lengthening your spine, shoulders are away from your ears, and then just relax into that forward fold. Again, we'll take halfway lift. We'll bring our hands to our thighs. We'll slightly walk our feet back so our ankles come back in line with our knees. Inhale, circle your arms up. And exhale, we'll take our right arm down, left arm overhead, side body stretch. We can take our fingertips to the block, our knuckles, or even placing your palms. Or just keep your hand onto your leg on that side body stretch. Grounding our left sit bones down. Inhale, circle up, look up. Exhale, side body stretch to the other side. Left hand on your thigh or reach for your block. I like to keep my blocks on the side of the chair up on that highest setting. Make it a little easier to reach. Keeping that right sit bone so our right side is pushing into the chair. Inhale, we'll take up both arms, look up. Walk your feet slightly forward for that forward fold. Onto your thighs or reach down towards your shins and round your back in a forward fold. Drop your belly, lift your heart, halfway lift. We'll take our hands back up onto our thighs. We'll walk our feet back first with our knees and ankle in line, and then take it even further back, lifting your heels up onto your toes, pulling your heart forward, heart lifts up, curl your tailbone under, and then extend your arms. That could be here, that could be here, hands at heart center, or we'll take our arms forward, plugging our shoulders back, palms down, plank pose. Draw your elbows back for low plank. Push your hands forward, elbows come back. Let's take big steps forward with both feet and then just hinge forward and shoot your arms back out for downward facing dog. You can always take gold post arms or just keep your hands on your thighs. But feel a little bit of a deeper breath, Ujjayi breath. This is what awakens our body, our breath. 2 more breaths in, hold here. One more breath in, you got this. And on our breath out, walk your feet back, circle your arms up. Pause with hands at heart center. Lower your eye gaze, close your eyes, and pause. Pause, breathe. Maybe tap into a word that you could just associate with when you want to awaken your body. Maybe just tell yourself you're strong, you're able, you're beautiful, you're smart, you're confident, and accomplished. Breath in, breath out, open your eyes. Let's reach for our one block. Bring our block to our inner thighs. Toe wheel your feet a little closer to squeeze that block. Maybe just start with your hands coming to the outside of your legs. Squeeze into that block. Squeeze and release. Squeeze and release. Then hold that squeeze. We're going to hinge our body forward. We're tightening our belly muscles. And we're going to lengthen our arms for chair pose. That could be here. Spread your fingers wide and let's pulse into center. Pulsing into center, our energy. Pulsing it in, and it's like just driving right back into your belly. Pulse here. Feel it. Be it. One more breath in. And release. Soften your legs, widen your legs. Hold on to the block as we sway from side to side. Feel your feet move with your legs. So we don't want our legs just to be glued. We want to feel rolling onto the inside, outside of our feet, dropping our knees for some hip mobility. Now that could be here, or that could be here. Your range of motion, take what works for you. And then we're going to take that right leg over, so our left leg's going to trail along into L-shaped legs. Block comes into your right hand. We could keep our forearm onto our leg. Block into your right hand, extended side angle. And notice where your gaze is. If you're looking down at the ground, the block could be too much for you. Take your arm onto your leg so you can feel your bottom ribs come to the center. Left arm could stay overhead. Spread your fingers wide. Breathe here, 2 breaths. 1 more breath in. As we exhale, that left hand is going to scoop down onto the block, and we're going to drop our left leg down for a revolve twist. And take your gaze to the back of the chair. Big twist to the back of the chair. 1 more breath in. And then we're going to power open to warrior 2. So we're going to take our left arm, circle it around, back to that L-shaped legs, warrior 2. Spread your fingers wide. Maybe pull your pinkies back, turning your chest forward as your head stays to the right. Peaceful warrior, so we'll flip our right palm, bring it up overhead, reach back. And back to extended side angle. So we'll take our arm onto our thigh, reach down for the block, feeling your elbow engaged to your inner thigh. And your gaze could come straight ahead or up to your left arm. And then notice your fingers, wiggle your fingers, and then power. Open them up, awaken them. Nice, 2 more breaths in. Hold, breathe. And then let's rise up. Bring your hand under your right leg. Bring your leg back forward. You can replace that right block down unless you need to shift it over to the left if you're using one block. And then sway your legs. Sway your legs before we come to the other side. And then pause. And then let's circle our body before we come to the other side. And then switch the directions with your body circle. Sway your legs. Again, making sure you're rolling to the inside, outside of your feet. And then let's take that left leg over to the left. Make sure your right leg isn't stuck back here, that you're bringing it with you to create L-shaped legs. Block to the inside of your ankle. Extended side angle. So we could bring our fingertips onto our block, make a fist, palm, or just keep your forearm onto your leg. Turn your body to the center, wherever you may be, and then your right arm comes up. And again, lengthen, power. So that lengthening and power could just mean your fingers are spread wide, or we could reach up towards the ceiling. Notice what's happening with your arm. If we are into the center of the room, feel your back muscles. Pull back. Arm pulls back. Breathe here, extended side angle. Hear your breath where you draw your breath. We'll take 1 more breath in. And as we breathe out, let's take a twist. So we're going to drop our right knee down. We're going to take that right hand onto the block. Left arm lifts up. You could always bring your left hand to the back of the chair. If we had the back of the chair, we'll release our hand from the chair. And then we're going to open up, circle that right arm all the way around, warrior 2. Keep that bend in your arm, lengthen your arm, gaze over your left fingers are spread wide. Wrists are slightly lower than your shoulders, so we don't want our arms all the way up to the sky. Flip your palm, peaceful warrior, reach up, maybe back, opening up our side ribs. And extended side angle. Hand comes back to your thigh, reach for your block. Pull your knuckles back on your right side. One more breath in. Let's rise all the way up. Let's take that left leg back and over and sway your legs. Let's hold our legs to the left, look to the right. Feel that stretch along our outer thigh and switch sides. Knees to the right, gaze to the left. And let's come back to center and reach for our band. We'll open it up, hold on to the band. We'll lengthen our right leg, bring your band underneath the instep of your foot. So we don't want it right on our toes because then it could just come right off. We'll bring it into the center of our foot. You could always bring your hands underneath your thigh, grip up onto the band, straighten your leg, lift your heart up. Take a few circles. Circle your leg to just loosen up our hip. Circle the other direction. And then let's take the band into our right hand. Take your leg out to the right. So our left leg is still wide, so we can support ourselves as we take our left arm out to the left with our palm up. Palm up, heart lifts up, thumb slightly draws back. And revolve that. So the left hand reaches for the strap. We'll take that twist. And the right hand reaches for the strap. Open up nice and wide. Breathe in, breathe out, revolve. Switch hands, take that twist. One more time, we'll open our leg up. And let's bring our leg back into center. Toe heel your left foot so our knee and hip are in line. We'll lift our left arm up. Take a little bend with your right leg and reach for your toes. Take a crunch. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, take that crunch. We'll take that 2 more times. We'll take that crunch. 1 more time. We'll take that crunch, hold it here. And then let's bend our knee. Maybe your left hand just helps cross your ankle to your other ankle and open up for seated chair pose. Open up nice and big, and then we'll come back and pulse our energy like it's coming right back in to the crown of our head, energizing us, awakening us. And then keep your arms out to where you feel comfortable. You can always goal post your arms, but always think about keeping your fingers spread wide. Breathe here. 1 more breath in. See if we can start to squeeze into center. Palms come to center. Lower your arms down. Take your arms out to the side, pushing into that left foot. Take a slight hinge forward in tree pose. Feel your core engage. Rise back up, lift your arms back up and start to circle your hands back down. Get a little bit of a wrist stretch as we reach that right hand back for the strap. Lengthen your leg 1 more time. Take it out 1 more time with your other arm. Extend it out. And then we'll come back into center and switch sides. We'll take the strap underneath the bottom of our left foot, gripping up onto that strap. Hold here and then take those circles as we rise up. Circle the other direction. Let's bring the strap into our left hand. Open your leg out to the left. Make sure that right leg is wide. And then extend your right arm with your palm up, thumb slightly draw back. Feel that stretch through your chest. And then we'll revolve it. So right hand reaches for the strap, cross over, extend your left arm out to the side or maybe even back. Depends on your rotation from your midsection. That will encourage your twists, holding onto the strap. So you can just focus on your ribs, rotating, and then open back up. So left hand reaches for the strap, we'll open up, and then we'll close. One more time, we'll open up. One more time, we'll close. Right hand reaches for the strap. Keep your legs centered. Toe heel your left foot back into center. Lift up your right arm and take those crunches towards your left toes. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, crunch. We'll take that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, lift up, and then cross at your ankle. You could just drop the strap, lug out your hands first, even into the web between your thumb and index finger. And then keep your palms together. Maybe interlace your hands, except for your pointer. Feel this powerful movement of this hand mudra as we start to keep our palms together, lengthening your arms up, releasing any stress and anxiety through those pointer fingers, and just even take your gaze up towards your fingers. One more breath here. Keeping our hands where we are, using your belly muscles to start to hinge forward, coming into this fierce pose. Hold it here, tuck your tailbone under, keep that sway out of your lower back. One more breath. Release the arm bind as your left hand reaches down for the strap. Lift up your foot. One more time out to the left. Extend your right arm. Come back into center. We'll lower our foot down. We'll release the strap. Toe heel your feet out wide, nice and wide. Goddess pose. Arms reach up. Pull your knuckles back, and then we'll take our right arm, this time a little deeper, into the inside of our right leg. Left arm lengthens, look up, and then come back into center. Tap your fingertips, and the other side. Tap your fingertips, it's like that little energy bolt. And the other side. We'll take that a few more times before we come up out of our chair. One more time each side. Tap and open and tap and open. Come back to center. Open your arms up wide. Take your left arm under your right. Wrap around to your shoulders, or maybe lift your arms up, bringing your fingertips to the back of your arms for an eagle pose, or if you're feeling super open, flexible in your back shoulders, you can wrap your hands around for full eagle bind. And then slightly hinge forward and see if you can just pull your fingers away from your face. That will be determined by your back muscles, your upper back muscles. Rise up, release the arm bind, arms out to the side, eagle arms on the other side. Other arm underneath, wrap around, reach for your shoulders, lift your arms up, back of your hands come together, or we'll take that full eagle bind. You may notice, like I'm noticing, one side's tighter than the other. Pinkies come forward. This time we'll hinge a little deeper forward. And unwind. Crisscross your arms back in center. Hands come onto your hips. Let's toe heel our feet back to center. You're gonna take a little tap of your feet. Energize through the bottom up. And then let's walk our feet back. To come up out of the chair, I like to encourage a staggered stance. So we have, it depends what your dominant foot is. 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. Shift your weight into your heels. Hands can come onto the side of the chair. Hinge forward, push into your feet to rise up. We'll take that back foot to meet the front foot. Circle your arms all the way up. Pause with your hands at heart center. And just be here. Feel now this transition. Keep your eyes open. Just to allow yourself to be upright by feeling your feet a little bit more firmly grounded to support our whole body. Notice what's happening with your head. If you're dropping forward, see if you could feel that string. Pull your ears back. Finger comes into your chin. Tailbone is slightly tucked under with your hips pulling up. Belly's reaching towards your back. Tadasana. Breath in. As we exhale, lower your arms, shake out your hands, take a few big steps to come to the back of your chair. And then when you get here, widen your feet, circle your hips around. Circle the other direction. Let's place the block in between our inner thighs. Our feet are about not right up against the back of the chair. We're slightly back, about arm distance. We're squeezing the block, pointing our toes forward. Tuck your tailbone under as you bend at your knees for chair pose. Be able to wiggle your toes in your shoes. Your hands could be on the top of the chair with a light touch. Or if you need a little bit some more support, you can wrap your fingers around the seat of the chair, or even maybe begin to lift up one hand. You could always keep your elbows bent, or the other, chair pose. Maybe take a few pulses here. Breathe in and out, and then let's hold into our chair. Start to feel a little activation, a little fire being built up in your legs. We'll take 2 more breaths. Focus on one spot. Create that drishti. 1 more breath in. And then as we exhale, let's rise up, release the block. You could just lay it down onto the chair and just shake out your hips from side to side. Maybe circle them around again. Keeping our feet where they are, let's place our hands onto the back of the chair. Shift your weight over towards your left foot. Start to lightly bend at your elbow and lift your right leg up, dropping your hip down. So if you're turned, looking out to the right, see if you could just take that pinky toe, point it downward, your big toe, and flex your foot. Same hand, our right hand, see if we could first bring it in front of the chair, palm down, warrior 3. Again, we're building up a lot of focus and gaze for 1 more breath in. And then let's lower down, rise up, and take a side body stretch. Right arm reaches overhead. Push your hips to the left. Exhale, let's bring our fingers down towards our toes. Inhale, sweep it up and reach it overhead. And again, reach down towards your toes. Let's bring our right hand onto the chair. We'll start to bend at our elbow, slight bend in your right knee as we lift that left leg up. Again, squaring our hips, flexing your foot, lengthen all the way from your hip to your ankle. Breathe, focus, and then we'll extend our left arm forward with our palm down, warrior 3. 1 more breath in. Exhale, let's rise up. Left arm comes up, overhead, side body stretch. And then lengthen your left arm down towards the ground. Inhale, like you're scooping up your energy up and over. And then exhale again. Bring your hand back down. Bring both hands to the back of the chair and walk your feet back in a downward facing dog. Feet are hip distance apart, so we don't want to be just like shuffling our feet back. We want to just keep them hip distance apart, walk them back, and then bend at your knees and see if you could drop your ears within your bicep. pushing your hand to the back of the chair, lengthening your spine all the way from the top to the bottom. One more breath in. And on our breath out, we'll start to pop up our right heel and just step your right foot forward with a bent knee. And then our left heel comes up for crescent lunge. We'll take right arm up. Maybe start to bring your left arm up. You can always keep your hands here at your heart. If you want to take your arms out to the side, if you feel that's a little bit more stability for you for balance, crescent lunge for 3, 2, start to feel energized from your breath. One more breath in. Exhale, hands come to the side. We're going to take that bent elbow, start to hinge forward, lift that left leg up. But this time we're going to extend our right arm for spinal balance. Flex your back foot, a little subtle change. You may notice a little bit more length in your leg, a little bit more reach forward from your right arm. We could stay here, or we could bend our elbow and knee, draw it in, crunch it into center, and reach and extend long. We'll take that 2 more times, draw into center, reach and extend long. One more time, draw into center, hold it, and then let's place our foot down. Inhale, circle your arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, forward fold. Just rest your hands onto the back of the chair, round your back, just let it open up. Press a little bit more firmer onto the back of the chair, or even bring your hands onto your thighs for halfway lifts. Downward facing dog. We'll bring both hands onto the back of the chair. We'll step back to our down dog, and then again, remember when you take your step back, start to drop your hips. Push into your palms and lengthen your arms. Gaze straight ahead. We don't need to lift our head up to create a little bit more compression in our neck. We just want to keep a nice length in our neck. Our next breath in, let's pop up our left heel. Step it forward for crescent lunge, so we'll still keep that bend in our left knee. And then our right heel starts to lift up. You may need to adjust it, wiggle it back a little bit, and then find your variation. Hands could stay on the back of the chair. You could start to float up one arm or 2. Even keep your hands on your hips, or maybe even feel a little shift of your pelvis. Tuck your pelvis under. That will create a little bit more stretch in your quads. Breathe here for 3. Settle into the pose. Relax through your shoulders for 2. One more breath. Start to hinge forward. Bring your hands to the back of the chair so your weight's in that front leg as we lift up our back leg, our right leg. Dropping our hips down, flexing your back foot, and then let's extend your opposite arm. Your left arm reaches forward, spinal balance. Belly's pulling in towards your spine, and then we'll bend elbow and knee, crunch into center. Reach and extend long. We'll take that 2 more times. Crunch in, reach and extend long. One more time, crunch in, reach and extend long, hold it. Let's take that right leg, bring it down, forward fold. But take a forward fold, we're just shaking out your hips from side to side. And let's stand up nice and tall, circle your arms for Tadasana, arms reach up, maybe look up. Pause with your hands at heart center. So important to create that pause. Gives ourselves, our body time to do nothing and not react. To allow our body and our mind just to get back into sync about our response for our next action. breath in. And breath out. Hands come to the back of the chair. Let's start lifting up our heels and back. If you're too close like I am, just take a little step back and then heels lift up and down. Inhale, lift up, nice and tall, beautiful. And down. One more time, heels lift up, hold it, or take your right arm in front, maybe your left arm, maybe start to take that energy, expand it out to the side, and release. Forward fold, bend your knees, feet hip distance apart, lift your heart up for cow, breath in. Exhale, round your back for cat. One more time, drop your belly, lift your heart. Think of this as a massage of your spinal cord. Breath out, cat pose. Every vertebrae is getting nurtured, and then we'll lift our right arm up and thread the needle to the left. Big twist. Take that again, arm lifts up. Exhale, thread the needle, hold it, and we'll switch sides. Left arm lifts up, thread the needle. 2 more times. Reach, lift, and reach across. 1 more time. Lift your arm up, reach across, hold it. And let's rise back up for Tadasana. Arms lift up. Look up, pause with your hands at heart center. Feel your thumbs against your sternum. If you feel safe and comfortable where you are, maybe close your eyes for a moment. And breathe here as we navigate through our life. And we'll open our eyes, set up for tree pose. Just start to take a little side tap. Take a little side tap from side to side, so you just start to feel your weight shift from side to side onto that standing leg. Take the leg as you take that side tap, start to lift it up towards your ankle. You could always hold onto your chair. And then let's take our right foot, ground it down so our weight shift is over towards our right leg. We're going to extend our left leg out to the left with our toes pointed. Bring the bottom of your foot to the inside ankle, and just be aware that we're not dropping our right hip out. We feel like we have a zipper, zipping everything up from our pubic bone all the way up to our sternum. Our ribs are wrapping around our abdominals, so everything is tucked in. Imagine that you're up against the wall. Your shoulders, your core is engaged. Maybe float one arm up. One hand can stay on the chair. Maybe start to begin to bring your other arm up. You have options. Hands can be at heart center. Gold's post arms, arms in the air. But no matter what, we're taking a few slow, deep breaths. We're not rushing it. We're grounding down into that standing leg, like there's anchors in the bottom of your feet, just pulling you down. Ground down, lifting up our arms. Very nice. And release. Shake it out. Maybe start to take those side taps from side to side. Let's take that on the left. So we will step out to the left, bring your weight to that left foot. Right foot slightly extends out so we can bring the bottom of our foot to the inside of our ankle. I always think of that as a signal to engage my core, so just automatically I squeeze my belly muscles. And as we breathe in, just lift up. Nice, soft through your neck and shoulders. Maybe float up your right arm. Maybe interlace your hands, except for your pointer finger. Squeezing a little more into center. One more breath in and release. Breath out. Shake out your hips. Circle your hips around. Maybe a little bit bigger now. Circle the other direction. Let's bring our hands to the chair. Let's just step back our right foot. So we could just stretch out the back of our leg. Lift your heel up high and then press your heel into the ground. Really feel your heel drive down. Hold here. And let's switch sides. Right leg comes forward. We'll step our left leg back. First, maybe lift your heel up nice and high and press down. Calf is getting a nice stretch. And let's come back to center. Widen your feet. Just twist from side to side. As we twist, our opposite heel's lifting up. So we don't want our feet to get stuck on the ground. Rotate from side to side. Rinse it out. Before we come back to our chair, let's just widen our stance. A little bit wider than the legs of the chair. And we keep our knees in line with our ankles as we start to bend at our knees for goddess pose. Bend and straighten up. As we straighten up, think of this again as that zipper. Zip up and bend. And let's hold into that bend. Tuck your tailbone under. We're going to just fire everything up for one more time before we come to our chair for our final resting pose. Spread your fingers wide. See that big smile on your face. And breathe for 3. Nice. One more big breath in. Straighten your legs. Arms reach up for star pose. Feel real energized. And then let's bring our hands to the chair. Toe heel your feet back to touch. Maybe just tap out your feet. And we'll make our way back to our chair. Options for our Shavasana. If you like to take your blocks, bring them in front. I think this is a really nice option of lifting up our feet onto the blocks, leaning our shoulders back into the chair, and just relax. If you like to keep your palms down, give yourself a little bit more of a grounding feeling. You like to turn your hands, open up your palms to your universe. If you like to bring hands on heart and belly, is always nice, or hands onto your heart. Love feeling my heartbeat, energizing, nourishing all my organs. And let's let go of control of our breath. We do a lot of controlling in our practice. So just let's soften everything. Resume the natural flow of your breath. Shavasana. You can stay here for as long as you like. We will begin to start to wiggle our fingers, wiggle our toes. If our legs are on the blocks, let's start to take our feet off, rise up, open our eyes. Let's take a few big shoulder rolls as we wake ourselves back up, maybe bringing your fingertips to your shoulders. Helps get them nice and open. Let's hold our elbows back, lift your heart up, open your eyes, extend your arms out to the side. And let's bring our hands back to heart center, sitting up nice and tall. So we could close out our practice together with sounds to create the sounds of Om, the beautiful vibration sounds coming from within our body, sending our sound out into the universe to one another. We'll take a breath in. Let's bring our thumbs up to our third eye center. Space between our eyebrows. Separate your thumbs and look in. Literally rotate your eyes around. Send them inward and thank yourself for being here today. For moving our breath, moving our body. We'll bring our hands back to heart center. The light in me shines and honors your beautiful light. From my heart to yours, namaste.